Chapter 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the official road to Gusu, several groups of people were fighting. When Li Hao arrived at the scene, hundreds of people were lying on the ground, but judging from the situation, those lying on the ground were all small figures who had nothing to do with the overall situation. Ha ha ha, Lin Shirin, your Xingyan manor is just like this. If you don't surrender, I will kill all the guests of your Xingyan manor. A dwarf who was less than 70 centimeters tall and weighed only a few dozen kilograms laughed loudly. The implication was self-evident. His target was Lin Shirin, the wife of Long Xiaoyun, the owner of Xingyan Manor, and the former #1 beauty in the southern martial arts world. 5 Poison boy, you are so far away. With your short stature, you can't use her even if you snatch her back. Just give her to Yun Zhanghe, wow, haha. A middle-aged wretched man with a fine steel bird claw as a weapon and an erratic figure laughed. In a carriage surrounded by 2 people, Lin Shirin was trembling while holding her son. There were only more than 10 guards left beside the carriage. Lin Shirin knew the 2 people shouting outside the carriage. They were well-known sex-hungry ghosts in the martial arts world. They were ugly and short of weight, but they just liked to harm decent women. Harm is harm, but they are both psychologically twisted guys. When the bodies of the girls they abducted were found, none of them were intact. Although Lin Shirin's appearance has declined in the martial arts world as she grows older and gave birth to her son Long Xiaoyun, she is still the dream goddess of the martial arts world and the dream lover at midnight. Because of this, Lin Shirin, who is not very good at martial arts, usually stays in Xingyuanzhuang and does not go out. Long Xiaoyun is quite famous in the local area, and there are many heroes who come to him, so nothing has happened. This is the annual birthday of the Bodhisattva. Lin Shirin brought Long Xiaoyun to burn incense to the Bodhisattva and prayed for the Bodhisattva to bless Long Xiaoyun, and Li Xuanhuan with good health and safety. As a result, they were spotted by 2 rapists in the martial arts world when they went out. 5 Poison boy, Yun Zhanghe, don't be delusional. The masters of my Xingyan manor are already on the way. If you retreat now, I can still pretend that nothing happened. Lin Shirin was trembling when she spoke. If Long Xiaoyun hadn't been by her side, she might have committed suicide long ago. As for the people of your Xingyan manor, I don't even take them seriously. Yun Zhanghe laughed obscenely, and as his figure floated, several farmhands surrounding the carriage immediately covered their throats and fell to the ground. As for the remaining few people, they were directly sent to the sky by the 5 Poison boy with a handful of powder. Little beauty, my brother will be here soon. Don't be afraid. Although I am ugly, I will be very gentle. The 5 Poison boys slapped the carriage in the air, and the powerful internal energy broke the carriage into pieces. The horse that was pulling him also fell to the ground with foam at the mouth. Don't come over here. If you take another step forward, I will kill myself immediately. Lin Shirin's eyes were full of despair. She held a dagger in her hand, with the tip of the dagger facing her towering chest. Lin Shirin, if you die, it will be all over, but have you ever thought about your son? Yun Zhanghe hurriedly stopped him. He just wanted to live and have a taste of her beauty, not a cold corpse. Although he didn't dislike the corpse, it still lost a lot of fun. Xiaoyun, are you afraid of death? Lin Shirin asked in a low voice. Mother, I'm still young. I don't want to die. Just give in to them. The childish voice from Long Xiaoyun made Lin Shirin's body instantly cold. In order to survive, her son actually let her give in to these 2 rapists. Dear son, don't worry. As long as your mother is enthusiastic and proactive, I promise that your father will not hurt you. Hearing Long Xiaoyun's words, Yun Zhanghe and Wudu Tongzi burst into laughter, and even Yun Zhanghe called himself Long Xiaoyun's father. Hey, where did this ugly guy come from? His laughter is so unpleasant. It's okay to be ugly, but his voice is so unpleasant. It's okay in broad daylight, since you can tell what a person looks like. If he comes out at night, he will definitely scare the children. Children are the future flowers of the motherland. You can't be responsible if they scare them. Be good, don't be afraid, your uncle is here, no one can hurt you. A puff of green smoke floated by, and Li Hao's figure appeared on Lin Shirin's carriage. Seeing Long Xiaoyun, whose face was pale with fear, Li Hao touched his head with his hand to comfort him. However, Long Xiaoyun was tightly hugged by Lin Shirin, and Li Hao's hand would more or less touch some taboo places. This kid is so cute. Li Hao praised. Long Xiaoyun looks very much like Lin Shirin, a little boy with red lips and white teeth. Thank you for the compliment, hero. Lin Shirin's pretty face turned red. Although Li Hao's hand was touching Long Xiaoyun's head, but his hand was too big and it touched his food storage area from time to time. This kid is so cute, I really want to hug his mother. Li Hao said with a shameless face. This young man, please respect yourself. Shirin is not that kind of casual person. Li Hao suddenly made a magical turn, making Lin Shirin difficult to respond. If the child is cute, he should hug his mother. This is also what people can say. Ahem, I don't mean that. Listen to my quibbling, no, it's an explanation. Li Hao was also shocked by what he said. He was really obsessed with sex, and he accidentally said what he was thinking. Uncle, as long as you can kill those 2 robbers, I will let my mother hug you. Long Xiaoyun in Lin Shirin's arms said after getting rid of Li Hao's claws. Xiaoyun, you. Lin Shirin was shocked. She didn't expect her son to say another magical sentence. Mother, if uncle doesn't help us, you will have to accompany those 2 ugly robbers. Uncle is much better than them. Uncle is not only young but also handsome. You won't suffer any loss. Long Xiaoyun said seriously. Besides, Xiaoyun really doesn't want to die. Finally, Long Xiaoyun added. Well, I think Xiaoyun's suggestion is very good. Li Hao was also shocked by what Long Xiaoyun said, but thinking about Long Xiaoyun in the original book, Li Hao also resolved his doubts. According to Long Xiaoyun's character in the original book, he is a little devil, cruel and lawless, and he is really a person who can do such a thing. Who are you, kid on the opposite side? Let my wife go quickly. Li Hao, Long Xiaoyun was negotiating a deal, and the 5 poison boy on the opposite side couldn't stand it. He and Yun Zhonghe worked hard to kill the hundreds of guards of Xingyun Manor, but Chen Yaojin showed up halfway, and Li Hao started right there. In fact, they really misunderstood. Li Hao's hand was touching Long Xiaoyun's head. However, judging from the position where the 2 of them were standing, Li Bai's hand was on Lin Shirin's chest. This is the so-called misalignment. Chapter 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sir, I'm not his wife. He's a famous flower thief in the world, the 5 poison boy of the 5 poison sect. Lin Shirin explained hurriedly. I know, how can he be worthy of my wife with his short stature? Li Hao said casually, your wife, when did I become your wife again? Lin Shirin was about to shut herself in. None of the 3 men in the field were good. Boy, who are you? The 5 poison boy was almost angry to death. Is it my fault that I'm a dwarf? It's all because my parents are cousins. After all, they didn't ask for my opinion on this matter. Height is the reverse scale of the 5 poison boy. Whoever mentions it in the world will die, but today, 2 people scolded themselves for being short. Forget Yun Zhonghe. He himself is not afraid, but he can't beat any of his 3 brothers and sisters. Especially the big villain is full of evil, he can smash himself into a meat paste with a cane. I, Li Hao, am known as the amorous swordsman in Jianghu. Li Hao looked up at the sky at a 40-degree angle. Well, Long Xiaoyun's head feels so comfortable to touch, and the fabric is pretty good. I'm a little reluctant to let it go. What if there's a fight later? I hope they can retreat when they see the difficulty. Lin Shirin, you bastard, you put your hands in the wrong place. Will there be fabric on your head? Amorous swordsman, I thought it was someone else. An unknown person, damn it. The 5 poison boys usually move around in southern Xinjiang. This time, they heard that Lin Shirin would come out, so they secretly rushed from southern Xinjiang. Where have they heard of the name of the amorous swordsman? Yun Zhonghe was stunned. Jianhu Baixiaoxing called the amorous swordsman Li Hao the three best in the world in terms of qingdong, swordsmanship, and hidden weapons. If he were to fight him, he would probably be in danger. Yun Zhanghe's qingdong is good, and he always insists on running away if he can't beat him, but if he meets someone he can't run away from, then he's in trouble. The Five Poison Boy, the guardian of the Five Poison sect, is extremely good at using poison. A burst of white smoke floated from the Five Poison Boy and instantly surrounded Li Bai's whole body. Young master, be careful. Lin Shirin saw something was wrong and quickly reminded him, but as soon as he opened his mouth, he found that he had difficulty breathing, and his whole body felt like it was being bitten by millions of ants. As for his son Long Xiaoyun, his face was already blue and he fell into a coma. Ha! An unknown person dares to be presumptuous in front of me, the Five Poison Boy. Let you know how powerful my golden silkworm poison is. The Five Poison Boy laughed, but even though he laughed, he didn't dare to go forward to check. After all, although he was good at using poison, his martial arts was really not that good. Yo, this is the fifth of the 10 poisons in the martial arts world, the golden silkworm poison. The effect of this thing is really not that good. Li Hao said casually, with a surge of internal strength. The white smoke surrounding him was blown away without a trace. Li Hao turned around and stuffed 200 herb pills directly into the mouths of Lin Shirin and Long Xiaoyun. The 100 herb pills melted in the mouth, and Lin Shirin's feeling of being bitten by ants disappeared instantly, and Long Xiaoyun's dark blue face returned to normal. However, Lin Shirin's pretty face turned red immediately, and there was also an angry expression in it. Just now, when Li Hao pinched Long Xiaoyun's mouth to feed the 100 herb pill, he actually clawed her hard on the top of the mountain. The dragon claw hand, the skill rewarded by the system, is really useful. Li Hao smiled secretly. People make mistakes, and horses stumble, madam. I promise that it was definitely a misunderstanding just now. Li Hao raised 2 fingers. Hao Lin Shirin snorted and turned her head to the side. Obviously, she knew her current situation, so she dared not speak out now. Why is the golden silkworm poison useless to you? Looking at the iron sword piercing his heart, the Five Poison Boy asked with difficulty. He was unwilling to give up until this matter was clarified. If I don't explain it clearly, will you die with your eyes wide open? Li Hao suddenly asked. Yes. The Five Poison Boy nodded, and the strength in his body had quickly disappeared. I won't tell you. It's none of my business if you die with your eyes wide open. Li Hao drew his iron sword, and then dodged quickly to avoid being splashed with blood again. Li Hao's action surprised Lin Shirin and Yun Zhanghe. What do you mean by it's none of my business if you die with your eyes wide open? You have already killed him. Is it so difficult to fulfill his last wish before he dies? Now it's your turn. Have you thought about how you want to die? Li Hao pointed his long sword at Yun Zhanghe and said arrogantly, he could kill this kind of bastard with one sword at a time, and it didn't take much time at all. Sir, this is all a misunderstanding. It's better to resolve a feud than to create one. How about we just let it go and I'll leave immediately? Yun Zhanghe said awkwardly, but he was not worried, because his third brother Yu Lao San was nearby and he could get there with just a shout. No, you killed so many people in Xingyan Manor, how can I let you go like this? After taking the Bai Chao pill to detoxify, Long Xiaoyun immediately became tough after discovering that Li Hao was so powerful. Then what do you say we should do? Yun Zhanghe said with a fierce look in his eyes. This kid is too annoying, I have to find an office to kill him. My people were killed by you too, the Five Poison Boys are dead, so you can't live. However, God has the virtue of loving life, you leave your hands behind. Long Xiaoyun said in a dignified manner. A child of 8 or 9 years old actually used the means of taking advantage of the power of the tiger to perfection. What will happen if he grows up? It's not impossible to have my hands, but I have a treasure, I hope to use it to redeem my right hand. What do you think, young master? Yun Zhanghe rolled his eyes for a while, and then whispered. What is it? When he heard that there was a treasure, Long Xiaoyun immediately became interested. He immediately broke free from Lin Shirin's arms and jumped off the carriage. This treasure is the lower part of the Lianhua treasure mirror. Yun Zhanghe reached into his arms. Hurry up and bring it here. When he heard that it was the lower part of the Lianhua treasure mirror, Long Xiaoyun immediately trotted to Yun Zhanghe's side. Xiaoyun, be careful, it's dangerous. Lin Shirin immediately shouted loudly, but her speed was not as fast as Yun Zhanghe's. With a casual dodge, Long Xiaoyun's throat was locked by Yun Zhanghe. Hey, I didn't expect you to have this trick. Li Hao was very familiar with this trick, the dragon claw hand. With Yun Zhanghe's internal strength, he could definitely shatter Long Xiaoyun's throat before Li Hao drew his sword. Xiaoyun, master, please save Xiaoyun, Xiaoyun is still young. Lin Shirin jumped off the carriage and hugged Li Hao's arm and shook it hard. Ma'am. It was your Xiaoyun who sent it over herself. I can't do anything about it. Li Hao spread his hands, indicating that he was powerless, as expected of a woman ranked 116th in the Kunfangpu, 96.60.92 is really not fake. Chapter 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Li Hao seriously doubted that Lin Shirin could not see her toes when she lowered her head, because he was the one who experienced it personally. He could clearly feel that it was a real giant. Are you? As long as the young master can save Xiaoyun, Shirin is willing to offer herself to the young master with a broken body. Lin Shirin gritted her teeth and made a painful choice. If her cousin was here, why would she have to compromise like this? Really? Li Hao was happy. Really? Lin Shirin said with tears in her eyes. Sure enough, Li Hao confirmed again. He was worried that he had heard it wrongly because of tinnitus. Sure enough, please save Xiaoyun, I will agree to all your requests. Lin Shirin said painfully, why is this person so mean? Don't you just want to get me, and now you are still whining here? Li Hao, tell me, whose whining is not whining? Li Hao, you are not allowed to come over, or I will kill this kid. Yun Zhanghe said aggrievedly. Yun Zhanghe was really aggrieved. He and Wudu Tongzi were exhausted, but in the end, they got nothing. This Li Hao, a young man, has no martial ethics at all, and has no awareness of first come first served. He only wants to eat alone, eat meat by himself, and leave no soup for others, and Lin Shirin is really cheap. Isn't this Li Hao just handsome? What's the use of being handsome in this society? Ability is the most important thing, do you understand? The two of him and Wudu Tongzi are better than Li Hao in any way. Quantity is better than quality. He also offered himself to sleep with him. You just look at him because he is handsome and young, and you want to eat tender grass. Yun Zhanghe was full of grievances and had no place to vent, because he found that he really couldn't beat Li Hao. He and Wudu Tongzi are good at light skills and poison skills respectively, and the two of them are evenly matched. But Li Hao is different. He is good at swordsmanship, and those who are good at swordsmanship are good at killing people. I won't come over, just let him go. Li Hao waved his hand. Lin Shirin asked him to save people, not to kill Yun Zhanghe. If he kills Yun Zhanghe, one time is not enough, he needs to pay more. At least 3 times, no, at least 5 times, because the latter ones are not worth money, unless some new items are unlocked, such as gymnastics, yoga, swimming and the like. Li Hao looked at Lin Shirin, his saliva almost flowed out. This woman probably fell into the river without sinking, she floated with her own. No, you have to go far away, I don't trust you. Yun Zhanghe increased the strength in his hand, not giving Li Hao a chance to save people. I gave you face, right, you? Sir, please, step back a little. Lin Shirin cried and dragged Li Hao tightly, not letting him go forward. Yun Zhanghe is in a very unstable mood now. She is worried that if Li Hao continues to scare Yun Zhanghe, he will kill her. It feels good, but only Li Hao knows what it feels like. Back off, back off, back off a little more. Yun Zhanghe stopped urging Li Hao until he was 200 meters away. At this time, Li Hao's face was livid, because he felt humiliated. Yun Zhanghe actually thought that he could not catch up with him at 200 meters, to put it bluntly. I let you run for a day, and I can't guarantee that you can't leave Jiangnan. Lin Shirin, who was beside him, had a red face and looked at Yun Zhanghe with pleading eyes, hoping that he would keep his promise and not hurt Xiaoyun. Otherwise, she could only cut off her own heart veins to avoid being humiliated. Just now, in order to push Li Hao to the back, she used the weight of her whole body. Standing farther away, the two seemed to be hugging each other affectionately. And Li Hao's hands were not honest either. From time to time, he grabbed a handful of himself, saying it was interest. Little bastard, don't blame your grandfather Yun for being cruel and ruthless. Blame your mother for being too cheap and refusing to obey the master. After you go down, if the king of hell asks you, you can say that the person who killed you was the vicious Yun Zhanghe. Yun Zhanghe got angry and threw Long Xiaoyun directly into the deep pit on the right side of the official road. He slapped Long Xiaoyun on the chest before letting go. Then, Yun Zhanghe ran back at the fastest speed in his life. He swore that after returning this time, he would never come to Jiangnan again. Jiangnan was too dangerous. Ah! Long Xiaoyun screamed, spurted out a mouthful of blood, and his body flew quickly to the deep pit beside the official road like a cannonball. Xiaoyun. Lin Shirin saw this situation, screamed, and then fainted gorgeously. Li Hao had no choice but to ignore Yun Zhanghe, who was running away. He quickly hugged Lin Shirin and flew towards Long Xiaoyun at the fastest speed. Finally, Li Hao flew over when Long Xiaoyun was about to fall to the bottom of the pit and caught Long Xiaoyun. After unloading, he put the mother and son on the grass at the bottom of the pit. Xiaoyun. Lin Shirin woke up again at the right time, touched Long Xiaoyun's face and burst into tears. At this time, Long Xiaoyun, his face was covered in blood. He was dying, he was breathing out more than inhaling, and he could die at any time. 4 ribs were broken. If it weren't for the chest protector on his chest, I guess. Li Hao didn't say anything else, but stuffed a small huandan into Long Xiaoyun's mouth to keep him alive. Yun Zhanghe was ruthless enough. He probably used all his strength in the last palm, otherwise Long Xiaoyun wouldn't have been injured like this through the chest protector. Sir, please save Xiaoyun. Lin Shirin turned around and hugged Li Hao's thigh. It's still possible to save him. Tianxiang Duku can cure him. But please save Xiaoyun, we will definitely thank you. My husband is Long Xiaoyun, the owner of Xingyun Manor, and my cousin. Li Bai was interrupted by Lin Shirin before she finished speaking. Humph, his father is nothing. Even if the martial arts emperor asks me to save people, it depends on my mood. You know Zhu Wuxi, the iron-hearted godly marquis of Hulong Villa. His princess Suxin was also half dead. Later, Zhu Wuxi gave him a Tianxiang cardamom to save her life. In order to wake Suxin up, he came to me and let me set any conditions. I didn't bother to pay attention to him. Li Hao immediately interrupted Lin Shirin's words. It's not that he didn't save Long Xiaoyun, but he was worried that Lin Shirin would tell him that her cousin was Li Xuanhuan, so he wouldn't be able to do anything to Lin Shirin. After all, Li Xuanhuan is his second brother. If he knows in the future that he knows that Lin Shirin is his cousin and continues to threaten her, he will probably turn against him. Then what should I do? Lin Shirin sat on the ground with lifeless eyes. Madam, you actually understand my thoughts very well. As long as you only say 3 words to others to avoid embarrassment. Li Hao's hand gently lifted Lin Shirin's smooth, white chin, and the meaning was self-evident. I'm attracted to you. No, please change your request, sir. Shirin is married. If I do this, how can I face him in the future? Lin Shirin refused without even thinking. Chapter 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. So that's how it is. Madam, you just offered yourself to me for another purpose. I, Li Hao, have been a villain in vain. In this case, I'll take my leave. Li Hao was so angry that his teeth itched. Since he debuted, he has only cheated others, not been cheated by others. In this case, it's better for him to just leave, if he uses force, unless he kills and destroys the corpse, and then chases Yun Zhanghe to death. Li Xuanhuan will always find a clue. He dare not gamble his life on the luck of the son of luck. Sir, please, save Xiaoyun. Lin Shirin was dumbfounded. How could this little gangster leave without saying anything? He didn't know how to be gentle with women. In addition, this pit is at least 30 meters deep. I, a weak woman who only knows a little about martial arts, can't climb up with the dying Long Xiaoyun. Madam, we don't agree, and we will never meet again. Li Hao didn't want to get too entangled. Lin and the others were still waiting for him to go back. Young master. Lin Shirin's voice was a little hoarse. You can call me young master, but don't treat me as a fool. I won't do anything that has no benefit. I am a passionate swordsman, not a love-struck swordsman. Besides, we are not familiar with each other. However, I have something else to tell you. What I fed Long Xiaoyun was Xiaohuan Dan. The effect of Xiaohuan Dan can keep his injuries from getting worse for 2 hours. After 2 hours, if you don't have natural treasures to prolong his life, then prepare wood ingots to prepare for his funeral. Li Hao kindly reminded, Xiaohuan Dan is also very noble. I can't do good things without leaving a name. If the matter is exposed in the future, my second brother will have something to say. Young Master Li, I promise you, please save Xiaoyun. Lin Shirin said with gritted teeth. Are you sure? Li Hao was overjoyed. I am sure. Lin Shirin said in an affirmative tone, but tears kept flowing down her cheeks. Okay, I'll help him stabilize his injury right away. Li Hao has always been resolute and never procrastinates. Lin Shirin watched Li Hao take out a bag from his clothes, and then took out a golden bean from the bag and handed it to Lin Shirin. Just put it in Xiaoyun's mouth. After taking a pill of Jianxiang cardamom, his injury will be stabilized and will not continue to worsen. But he must take the second pill to wake him up, and the third pill is needed to cure his injury. After taking 3 pills of Jianxiang cardamom, his injury will be healed and he will be full of energy. Moreover, the medicinal power of Jianxiang cardamom can also improve his bones, making him a martial arts genius with amazing bones. Li Hao explained. Why is there only 1 pill here? Lin Shirin asked in confusion. There is obviously a bag, but you say that this thing is hard to find. Men's mouths are deceiving ghosts, and the ancients never lied to me. Madam, you don't think that I can give you the Tianxiang Duku just because of your words? What if you don't admit it then? Li Hao didn't give her face at all. This woman has a criminal record. She said she would offer her bed to him, but she turned her back and refused to admit it. Lin Shirin had no choice but to put the golden beans into Long Xiaoyun's mouth. The golden beans melted in her mouth and went directly into Long Xiaoyun's stomach. After Tianxiang Duku entered his stomach, Long Xiaoyun, who was seriously injured and dying, immediately turned red on his face, and his breathing became steady. People who didn't know would definitely think he was asleep. Mr. Li, what are you doing? Lin Shirin looked back and saw Li Hao take out a red sheet from his pocket and put it on the grass. Then there was a red quilt and a pillow, all taken out of his pocket. Lin Shirin, are you Doraemon's pocket? There's everything in it. Madam, it's better to do it today than today. I just counted with my fingers. Today is a good day. Why don't we get married in the bridal chamber? Li Hao stared at Lin Shirin's face and said affectionately. Is it too hasty today? Lin Shirin stuttered. She never thought that this man would be so impatient. If someone saw it in the wilderness, how could she face people in the future? I think it's good, madam. You don't want Xiaoyun to stay in this state forever and not wake up. Li Hao said, but secretly sent some colorless and tasteless powder into Lin Shirin's mouth. Seeing this, Lin Shirin closed her mouth and said nothing. However, after a few seconds, Lin Shirin's pretty face turned red, and her fingers couldn't help but rest on her belt. Although she still had a trace of reason to control herself from unbuckling her belt, it was obviously not much. Seeing this, Li Hao immediately knew that the drug effect had taken effect. System products must be fine products. The efficacy of this Yin Yang He Huan powder is really amazing. Li Hao is not a good person. He has watched many movies and knows that villains die because they talk too much. Truth, he is a villain, so he learned from his predecessors and never said a word. If you can use your hands, you will never make a noise. Making noises will only provide opportunities for your opponent. Sir, why do I feel so hot? The drug took effect, but Lin Shirin herself was still interesting. This is why Yin Yang He Huan San ranks as the world's #1 poison. It can make you keep your mind, but you can't control yourself. Moreover, it will make you feel that you did it voluntarily afterwards. Madam, let's go to bed. Strike while the iron is hot. Li Hao naturally understood this truth and got into the quilt before Lin Shirin reacted. As a person who was determined by the system to be a villain for his whole life, Li Hao naturally prepared everything that could be used in the wild and stuffed it into the system space in case of emergency. Under the coordination of Yin Yang He Huan San, the originally gentle and tactful Lin Shirin seemed a little wild. The graceful style of a southern girl turned into a noble queen wearing a leather jacket. Congratulations to the host for successfully collecting the 116th place in the comprehensive martial arts group, Lin Shirin. The rewards are being calculated. Congratulations to the host for obtaining non-attribute internal force *20, Bosi Snake Gall *1999 pieces. Villain value *2000. Congratulations to the host for physical transformation, horizontal extension 1 cm, endurance +1. System, come out, why? Did the rewards behind change, and what do you mean by rewarding this horizontal extension? How can you look down on people? Li Hao was furious. The system has not bubbled for a long time, and bubbling is a personal attack. However, if the last reward is blocked, this reward is doubled compared to Ning Zhongzi and the others. Lin Shirin, you are really my lucky star. Li Hao couldn't help but hugged Lin Shirin tightly and kissed her hard. Host, all the rewards of the system are adjusted according to your own defects, so, you know. The system said something shocking, which frightened Li Hao. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You are the leader, I won't argue with you. Li Hao smiled awkwardly. This system is quite saucy and holds grudges. If you offend it, it might just reduce your horizontal length by 1 centimeter, which would be tragic. Just extend it horizontally. It's not a bad thing anyway, it's better to have it than not. You woke up, how do you feel? It's interesting to use the sky as a blanket and the ground as a bed. Li Hao said meanly. Mr. Li, please respect yourself. Lin Shirin was embarrassed. She was born in a scholarly family, when had she ever heard such a lewd word? We are already an old couple, why do we care about those red tapes? The most important thing for people to live is to be happy and live well. Life is short, so enjoy it while you can and be yourself, isn't it? Li Hao still looked like he was laughing. Anyway, the person has been obtained and the reward has been in place, so it's her business to make any decision, but now, she can only let herself be at his mercy. Soon, Lin Shirin, whose poison had not yet been cleared, blushed again, and all the emotions of being let down by Li Xuanhuan burst out. She had no feelings for Long Xiaoyun, but her cousin insisted on bringing her together with him. She lived for Li Xuanhuan at first, and later for Long Xiaoyun. Now that things have come to this, she will live for herself in the future. Remember the route of this internal breath, follow it slowly, don't think about it, it will be good. Li Hao whispered in Lin Shirin's ear. Before, Lin Shirin was poisoned by Yin Yang He Huan San. Although she was still conscious, her body was out of control. Li Hao was afraid of something going wrong, so he didn't use Huangdi Neijing. Now that she has woken up, how can she give up such a good opportunity to practice? This is... Lin Shirin was shocked. She could actually see the internal structure of her body, the flow of blood, the beating of her heart, and even the peristalsis of her intestines clearly. How is it? Your man is amazing. Hurry up and close your eyes, circulate your inner strength, and run the great circulation. Lin Shirin stopped talking. Now she and Li Hao are the most familiar strangers, and their familiarity is better than Long Xiaoyun. After all, Long Xiaoyun doesn't know what his body looks like inside, but Li Hao knows everything. 1 day of marriage is 100 days of grace, and with this time, the two of them have a full 500 days of grace. Soon, the two entered a state of meditation. Sister Ning, where did my husband go? He hasn't come back yet. Li Hao's carriage was still parked on the side of the official road. Ning Zhongzi, Yi Lin, and Chu Feifei, who had been waiting for a long time, got off the carriage and set up a stove on the side of the road to barbecue. As for the escort knights, they had a clear division of labor. Those who fetched water, collected firewood, and hunted game were busy and happy, not for anything else, just because their mistress's barbecue skills were really good, and she was also very generous, and they all had a share of the food prepared. Why are you in such a hurry? You will come back naturally when it's time. Yilin, this is ready. Do you want to try it? Ning Zhongzi handed over the roasted meat skewers. Ba, I'd better not have it. Yilin licked her lips. Although she returned to secular life, she still kept the precepts of becoming a monk in Hengshan and did not eat meat. How can you not eat meat? Long-term vegetarianism will cause stunted development. Your husband will be unhappy at that time. Ning Zhongzi nodded at Yilin's chest and said, after staying with Li Hao for a long time, this woman who had lived with the hypocrite Yu Buchuan for many years completely put down her mask on her face and lived like she hated. Live without scruples, but this kind of life is really happy. The two laughed and played, and Yan Shun and dozens of knights next to them didn't even have the courage to look up. Because they were the women of the great devil Li Hao, looking at them would be a death wish. The grills used by several people were customized by Li Hao, and they spent a lot of money. Moreover, Li Hao specially prepared various seasonings, and everyone can use different seasonings according to their own taste. It smells so good. Madam's cooking skills are really amazing. Yan Shun has never eaten such delicious barbecue in his life, and he has lived in vain for decades. Yan Shun gave a thumbs up and praised, this is a groom for the young master. Except for the fact that his status is a bit low, the rest of the aspects are really good. Food and drink are all available. The food is exquisite and delicious, and the wine is like nectar. What else can a man ask for when he has a master in his life? You guys. My Li Hao said that people should be happy when they are alive. When he comes back, let him prepare a portion of seasonings for you, so that you will not lose the face of my Li family when you go out to do anything in the future. Ning Zhongzi said softly, although Ning Zhongzi said it lightly, the aura of the master that she inadvertently exuded made Yan Shun a little breathless. At this time, Yan Shun didn't know that Ning Zhongzi was warning him. Fortunately, after Li Hao left, he and the others were honest and responsible, protecting their safety. If they had bad intentions, the consequences would be. Thinking of this, Yan Shun's back was wet. No wonder Li Hao dared to leave two beautiful ladies and a little lowly to go out alone. It turned out that there was a more terrifying existence here. Boss, save me. Just when everyone was eating barbecue happily, Yu Lao San, who was tied to a roadside pillar by Yan Shun, suddenly shouted loudly. Be alert, guard. Hearing Yu Lao San's cry for help, Yan Shun was shocked and hurriedly called the knight to guard Ning Zhongzi and the other two in the middle. Third brother, why are you tied here? The only person who can call Yu Lao San third brother is Yun Zhonghe, who has returned. Fuck you, why am I here? Didn't you ask me to help you block this road? In the end, I hit a wall and ran into a tough guy. Boy, move the knife away from your grandfather's neck, be careful, your grandfather will skin you alive later. Yu Lao San turned his head and said to the knight who had been beaten black and blue by him before. The knight didn't say anything, but held the knife tighter. Yu Lao San was autistic and didn't dare to threaten this young man anymore. Because he felt that the knight's hand holding the knife was shaking constantly, he was worried that this kid would accidentally stab himself. Who are you? Why are you arresting my third brother? The leader on the opposite side said in a muffled voice. Ventriloquist, ugly, lame, madam, if I'm not mistaken, this person is the leader of the four evil men, full of evil. As for the name, I don't know. Yan Shun said beside Ning Zhongzi. You have committed many evil deeds. I have long heard of your great name. I did not expect to meet you here today. As for Yu Lao San, you offended my husband before, so you are tied here to be punished. What, do you have any objections? But if you have any objections, you should keep them to yourself. I will settle accounts with you when my husband comes back. Ning Zhongzi felt refreshed immediately after saying these words. No wonder Li Hao likes to act arbitrarily like this. It turns out that this kind of willful feeling is really good, system, as a person, you can't be too Li Hao. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Who is your husband? Aguan Manning asked with ventriloquism. There were 3 women on the other side, one of whom was an ordinary person and the other was a postnatal one, and they were not threatening at all, but the woman who was speaking was not very deep, and judging from her attitude, she was obviously not a good character to deal with. In addition, there were more than 30 knights with steel knives on their waists, wearing iron armor, and their cultivation was at least postnatal. This force was already considered a second-rate family in the martial arts world. My husband's surname is Li and his name is Hao. He is known as the amorous swordsman in the martial arts world. Ning Zhongzi said it with a guilty conscience, wondering if the other party had heard of Li Hao's name. Of course, it would be best if Aguan Manning could be intimidated. After all, he was a master who had been famous in the martial arts world for a long time, and his methods were extraordinary, which was not comparable to himself who relied on external forces to break through. Moreover, there was also Yi Ernyang, who was at the peak of the innate level, and Yun Zhonghe, who was at the late stage of the innate level, by the side of the other side. If they fought, he would definitely suffer. Li Hao, boss, they are the wives of the passionate swordsman Li Hao who killed the 5 poison boys and snatched Lin Shirin away. Damn, he has such a beautiful wife and concubine, why does he want to snatch Lin Shirin from us? Yun Zhonghe screamed, comparing the two, his heart was extremely unbalanced. This was too bullying, sad, blue and thin mushroom. One person monopolizes so many resources, can your kidneys bear it? You have harmed so many girls, why do you still want to provoke Lin Shirin? Aren't all you men like this? Yi Ernyang next to him laughed. It's okay if she doesn't laugh, but if she laughs, the scars on her face will look even more hideous and terrifying. You are so good, Li Hao, we are waiting for you here, and you go to hook up with other people's wives again. Ning Zhongzi said in his heart, but there was no expression on her face. Ning Zhongzi didn't believe that Li Hao would do anything to be a good young man who stood up for justice. This guy was a person who would not do anything without profit. If there was no benefit, he would not even blink an eye even if you died in front of him. Amorous swordsman Li Hao, I, the 4 evil men, have no grudges against him. Let my 3rd brother go, and we will retreat immediately. Duan Yanqing said after thinking for a while. The 4 evil men are famous all over the world, but I have never heard of you talking about the rules of the rivers and lakes. I think this matter should be discussed after my husband comes back. Yan Shun, listen carefully, if they dare to do it, you will kill Yu Lao San directly, and then fight to the death. Ning Zhongzi said seriously, if Yu Lao San is handed over to them now, if they regret it, this group of people will be finished. Yes, madam. Yan Shun was originally a bandit who killed many people. After hearing Ning Zhongzi's order, he immediately put the steel knife on the other side of Yu Lao San's neck. Yu Lao San, brothers, you guys stay steady, don't shake your hands. Oh my God, that kid, why are you so excited? I told you not to shake. Your neck is broken and bleeding. So you are going to drink a glass of wine and not accept my toast. Once I start, none of you will survive. As he said this, he circulated his internal force, and the breath of the middle stage grandmaster made the people present feel that they couldn't breathe smoothly. Duan Yanqing is also a talent. He is the only one in the world who has cultivated to the middle stage grandmaster with his incomplete body. Since none of us can survive, we will fight to the death. As long as my husband comes, you will die. Also, my husband's eldest brother is Xiao Feng, and the second brother is Li Xuanhuan. If you dare to attack us, you will be on the run. Ning Zhongzi spoke very toughly. Looking for death, the evil boss was furious. He had been in the world for many years, and no one had ever dared to not give him face, especially this kind of direct rejection in person. Not only did he refuse, but he also dared to threaten him. Then he raised the iron crutch and smashed it on Ning Zhongzi's head. Ning Zhongzi was no pushover either, she danced the Jade Maiden 19 swords with great skill and impenetrability. However, Ning Zhongzi was a woman after all, and her strength was not as good as that of the evil man. The evil boss's iron crutch was a heavy weapon, and it danced with great vigor in his hands. Each strike of the iron crutch was 1,000 pounds of force, and it was easy to break the stone tablet and shatter the stone. Soon Ning Zhongzi fell into a disadvantage. If Ning Zhongzi's internal strength was higher than Duan Yanqing, she could easily defeat the enemy with the changes in the Jade Maiden swordsmanship, but unfortunately her internal strength was her weakness after all. Just as Ning Zhongzi's long sword was smashed open by Duan Yanqing's crutch and the other crutch was about to hit her chest, the evil boss suddenly retreated quickly. And at the place where he just stood, a dense row of golden needles appeared on the ground. Looking at the golden needles, Duan Yanqing's back was covered with cold sweat. This hidden weapon was too vicious, and it was specially used to break the innate energy. My wife said it well. People in our Li family don't bully others, but we can't let others bully us either. Ning Zhongzi had just escaped death when Li Hao's voice rang out in the distance. So fast, is he a ghost? No wonder you want to run away. If you run into this kind of monster and walk slowly, you can't run away at all. Yi Ernyang said as she looked at Li Hao floating over from a distance. In terms of speed, Li Hao is really unmatched now. And as his strength increases, his speed continues to increase. Yun Zhanghe, I have been bullied to death by you, and you still say that you don't bully people. You are lying. Your second brother is Li Xuanhuan. Lin Shirin's originally rosy face, who was held in Li Hao's arms, suddenly turned black. Yes. Li Hao answered honestly. Anyway, he has already eaten it all, and he doesn't care about Lin Shirin knowing his identity. The favor of 600 days, he felt a little weak in his legs when he thought about it. If the system hadn't given him a horizontal extension, he might not be able to beat the gifted Lin Shirin in the last battle. It's that little Li Xuanhuan, the flying knife. Lin Shirin asked with gritted teeth. Yes, the little Li Xuanhuan, the flying knife. You don't know my second brother, do you? That's right. You are all from Jiangnan, and my second brother is so handsome. I guess you are his fan. Don't worry, you are my woman now. I will introduce you to each other when I have the chance. Li Hao said nonsense seriously. He knew the relationship between Lin Shirin and Li Xuanhuan in his previous life, but now he can only pretend not to know. It's so tiring to be a human being. Nothing, I just admired him. Lin Shirin was about to cry. What's going on? If I had known that my cousin was his second brother, why would I feed the tiger with my own body? What should I do in this situation now? I have been working for a whole afternoon. What I am most worried about now is that I will be pregnant in a month. You are the amorous swordsman Li Hao. The evil voice that sounded like playing the eru sounded again. Duan Yanqing, you are so brave that you dare to come to me for trouble. Li Hao said viciously as he looked at the evildoer. If he hadn't come back quickly, Ning Zhongzi would have been killed by Duan Yanqing's iron crutch. If Ning Zhongzi died, Yi Lin and the others would definitely not survive. It seems that it's time to improve the strength of Yan Shun and the others. No wonder the system rewarded him with a large basin of boss snake gall. Chapter 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Who is Duan Yanqing? Don't talk nonsense. The evil man hurriedly stopped Li Hao from continuing. Duan Yanqing is the former prince, who has been dead for more than 10 years. Now that Li Hao called him out, Yi Ernyang, Yu Lao San and Yun Zhanghe were all stunned. I have followed my eldest brother for so many years, committed countless evil deeds near Dali, and even made a bad name for myself as one of the 4 evil men. As a result, you said he was the former prince of Dali. You are kidding. Outside the Tianlong temple, under the Bodhi tree, Huazi is sloppy and Guanyin has long hair. Duan Yanqing, I actually admire you. Your appearance is ruined, your legs are disabled, and your body is covered with pus, but there are still goddesses willing to spend a night with you. You are really a role model in our flower-picking world. Li Hao said, making a sound of tisk tsk in his mouth, as if he was watching the live broadcast in person and was savoring it. Brother, it turns out that you are also good at this. Yun Zhanghe looked at Duan Yanqing in amazement. Big brother is really a reserved and flirtatious type. We are all men, so why should we be shy and hide things? Unlike me, I put everything out in the open. Li Hao, you are looking for death. Duan Yanqing was immediately furious when he heard Li Hao say everything that he had buried in his heart for more than 10 years. He raised his iron crutch and pointed at Li Hao, his face extremely ferocious and terrifying. Yan Shun, Li Hao shouted. I know, young master. Yan Shun and the knight next to him looked at each other and slashed with a steel knife at the same time. Damn, you know nothing. I asked you to release Yu Lao San so that Duan Yanqing can take people away. Everyone should keep to themselves and there is no need to fight to the death. In fact, it's not that Li Hao is afraid of trouble. It's mainly because Lin Shirin misled people. The 600 days of kindness made him soft and weak now. It's boring. Now it's good, you just killed Yu Lao San. And you are afraid that you can't kill him with one knife, so you kill two people with one knife each. This comprehension ability is unmatched. Third brother Li Hao, I will kill you. Duan Yanqing was furious, picked up the steel crutch and smashed it at Li Hao, with a Taishan pressure, followed by a sweeping attack, which directly made Li Hao retreat more than 10 meters. Yilin, keep an eye on Sister Shirin, I'm going to meet Duan Yanqing. Sister Ning, Yi Ernyang and the others are relying on you. Yu Lao San was stunned, and there was no room for easing between the two sides, so they could only fight them hard. Can you do it? Ning Zhongzi was a little worried. She knew very well that Li Hao's cultivation was worse than hers, and now he had not even reached the innate level. Don't doubt your man's ability, and don't ask him if he can do it. Don't you know if I can do it? Without waiting for Ning Zhongzi to speak, Li Hao flashed, and the long sword collided with the steel crutch. Li Hao is not at the peak of the acquired stage now. After 6 times of love with Lin Shirin, he received a 20-year internal force reward. After the fusion, he is now a glorious innate warrior, although he has just broken through. However, this time Li Hao's disadvantage is obvious. The opponent attacked with anger, and did not hold back in every move. As long as the cane hits him, Li Hao is probably dead. Li Hao's cultivation is lower than Duan Yanqing, but fortunately he has high qinggong and exquisite swordsmanship, so the two of them can be said to have temporarily maintained a tie. Yi Ernyang faced Ning Zhongzi, and Yun Zhonghe was responsible for Yan Shun and the knights of the Li family. This kid's idea is very simple. Although Lin Shirin was robbed before, it seems that she was eaten up. But I don't mind. At most, I will rob Li Hao's woman. As for the beautiful woman who is old and has high martial arts skills, leave it to the boss. I just found out today that the boss also likes this. In the past, it was probably because the boss couldn't let go of his face, therefore, the benefits cannot be taken by oneself alone. If you eat alone like Li Hao, you will offend the public and be struck by lightning. Duan Yanqing, we have no hatred in the past and no grudges in the present, so there is no need to fight to the death. Li Hao dodged and moved to avoid fatal attacks. At the same time, the long sword in his hand attacked Duan Yanqing's major fatal points in a weird way. The golden needles and cow hair needles were like free, and they were thrown as much as they could, which made Duan Yanqing very worried. If it weren't for Li Hao's endless appearance, he would have been taken down by Duan Yanqing long ago. After all, the middle stage of the Grandmaster is not comparable to the early stage of the innate. Mother, this uncle is so powerful. Should I call him uncle or dad in the future? Long Xiaoyun suddenly said to Lin Shirin. Outside the battle circle, Lin stood beside the carriage to protect Chu Feifei and Lin Shirin and her son. Although the battle situation was tense, she was not panicked at all. In her heart, Li Hao was a god. However, now she was stunned by Long Xiaoyun's words. No wonder her husband disappeared for most of the day after he went out. It turned out that he really went to hook up with his elder sister. This sister is really beautiful. I feel pity for her. Moreover, she is so tall. There is a big gap between me and her. What to do? Or listen to Sister Ning and eat more meat. Sister Ning is so big, she must have grown up by eating meat. Yilin began to have wild thoughts. After all, the three of them often slept together at night. Yilin knew exactly what Ning Zhongza's figure was like. Don't talk nonsense, call me uncle. Lin Shirin was exhausted by Long Xiaoyun's words. If you call me dad, how can I face people in the future? Too handsome, if he is my dad, Jiangnan will let me walk sideways. Long Xiaoyun licked his lips and said enviously. You naughty child. Lin Shirin was stunned. Where did she learn the word naughty child? It seemed that Li Hao and herself said it when they were practicing martial arts. Huh, Shirin, the child is willing to call me dad, what are you against? Li Hao laughed. While dodging and moving, he did not forget to tease Lin Shirin. Dad, kill Yun Zhonghe and avenge the blow on me. Long Xiaoyun heard that Li Hao had no objection, and immediately opened his mouth to acknowledge him as his father. However, before he could finish the rest of the words, he was covered by Lin Shirin, whose face was flushed. This child, it's time to find an opportunity to punish him severely. Fuck. Li Hao just teased Lin Shirin, but he didn't expect that he really liked to be a father. Long Xiaoyun was not shy at all, and directly called him dad. Lin Shirin blushed shyly when she called him, but Li Hao accidentally stepped on the heel of his left foot with his right foot, and was entangled by Duan Yanqing, who caught the flaw. With a crisp click, the iron sword that Li Hao bought for 3 taels of silver finally couldn't bear the weight and was broken by Duan Yanqing's iron crutch. Li Hao Ning Zhongza always paid attention to Li Hao's battle situation. She naturally saw that Li Hao's long sword was broken, but she was entangled by Yi Ernyang and couldn't rescue him at all. Li Hao, go to hell. Duan Yanqing was overjoyed when he saw that Li Hao had no weapon. He used all his strength and smashed both of his crutches directly onto Li Hao's head. Li Hao knew too much, and he must die today. Chapter 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You damn Long Xiaoyun, wait for me. If I don't die today, I'll beat you up my ass. No, I'll beat your mother Lin Shirin as well. Li Hao was very depressed. He had no money at the beginning, so he bought an iron sword worth 3 taels of silver. Who knew that today, if you want to do your work well, you must first sharpen your tools. The ancients were honest. Fake and inferior products are harmful to people. Seeing Duan Yanqing's steel crutch fall on Li Hao's chest, Duan Yanqing even saw Li Hao's desperate expression. The protective chi of the initial stage of the innate body could not withstand the full force of the master's mid-stage master. At the moment when Duan Yanqing's steel crutch hit Li Hao, Duan Yanqing felt like he had hit cotton, soft, without a point of force, and then a huge force was transmitted from the steel crutch to his hand. Damn, what a disgusting skill. Duan Yanqing kept shouting in his heart, and his body flew backwards in an instant. Ning Zhongza, whose tears were about to flow out of her eyes, forced Yi Ernyang back with a sword and quickly came to Li Hao's side. How are you? Are you injured? She touched Li Hao's body with both hands to check his physical condition. If conditions did not allow it, she would have to take off Li Hao's clothes and check carefully. Don't worry, I'm fine. Duan Yanqing's crutches are light and it doesn't hurt at all when they hit me. Li Hao said with a smile. Are you really okay? Ning Zhongza was a little unconvinced. She had fought with Duan Yanqing before, and she knew clearly the strength of the pair of steel crutches in his hands. If it was really light as Li Hao said, she would not have suffered internal injuries. It's really okay. Sister Ning, I don't care if you go and grab a few girls to spend a wedding night with me. Li Hao hugged Ning Zhongza tightly and kissed her fiercely. Ning Zhongza wanted to push him away, but Li Bai's tongue pried open her teeth and sent a pill in. Ning Zhongza knew what Xiao Huan Dan was instantly. He had relied on this thing to save his life when he was seriously injured last time. What are you doing? There are so many people watching us. Li Hao finally retracted his tongue. Ning Zhongza's pretty face flushed and she beat Li Hao's chest with both hands. We are already an old couple, why are you shy? I love my own wife by myself, let these single dogs envy and hate her. Li Hao said shamelessly. Boss, are you okay? Seeing Duan Yanqing spitting blood and flying backwards, Yi Ernyang and Yun Zhonghe ran over immediately. This kid is weird. I hit him with all my strength, and all the force was removed. Then there was a stronger force rebounding back, and I was injured by the rebound force. After saying that, Duan Yanqing's mouth was bleeding again. Boss, what should we do? Yun Zhanghe is the little transparent one among the four evil men. When the boss was injured, he was in a mess. Li Hao, hand over my third brother's body to me, and we will leave and write off all grudges. How about that? Duan Yanqing gave in. This was the first time he gave in after becoming famous. Not very good, I'll hand over the person I caught to you no matter what you ask. Li Hao said loudly while holding Ning Zhongzi with one hand. He was almost killed by his crutches, and this hatred was too great. He actually wanted to write off all grudges. Dreaming, impossible. Li Hao, the third brother is dead. Death is the greatest thing. Buried in peace. You don't understand this. Duan Yanqing was angry again. He swore that this was the day he was most angry. He is buried in peace, but I am not at ease. I was almost killed by his eldest brother just now. You want to take his body away without paying any price. Dreaming. Yan Shan. Li Hao stood in place and said without turning his head. The subordinate is here. Yan Shan, who was a little bruised, replied excitedly, my young master is so powerful that he can fight against a mid-stage grandmaster and even injure him. This strength is a top-notch master in the martial arts world. Following the young master, it is not a matter of time for me to become famous. Go and catch a few wild dogs, and then chop up Yu Lao San and feed them to the wild dogs. Li Hao said casually, with that expression, outsiders must think that he often does this. Okay, Yan Shan did not question it, and took people to catch wild dogs. Let's forgive them when we can, and don't provoke them again. Ning Zhongzi pinched the weakness of Li Hao's waist and made a deft 360-degree rotation. That won't do. We were walking well, and they kept coming to find trouble. They really thought that I, Li Hao, was easy to bully. And, didn't you see that many of our people were injured? Li Hao slapped her tongue hard. Ning Zhongzi looked back and saw that many of the 30 knights were injured, and 2 were helped to the side of the carriage, motionless, and it was unknown whether they were alive or dead. Yilin, come here. Give these medicines to the brothers, let them heal their wounds quickly. Li Hao took out a bag from his arms and handed it to Yilin, which was full of Xiaohuan-dan. If this bag of Xiaohuan-dan is sold, it can sell for a lot of money. Okay, husband. Yilin trotted over, took the bag, and ran to the back to distribute it. Take these for emergency use. Li Hao took out another small bag and stuffed it into Ning Zhongzi's chest pocket, and took a handful of things in his pocket. As for what he took out, only he knew. Li Hao, name a price. How can you return my third brother's body to? Master, I'm back. We didn't find the wild dogs, but we caught a few wild wolves. Before Duan Yanqing finished speaking, Yan Shan's voice rang out. The ecological environment in ancient times was really good. Yan Shan took the knight who had previously killed Yu Lao San out for only a few minutes, and he brought back 2 wild wolves by himself. Yes, just like carrying a puppy, wild wolf, where are your manners? Ask a price. You see, everyone on my side is injured, and even I have serious internal injuries. You say, as the one who provoked the fight, should I pay compensation? Li Hao said, touching his chin. How much do you want? Duan Yanqing swore that Li Hao was the most shameless person he had ever seen. This Xiaohuan-dan, even if it's not worth 10,000 gold, you must want 1,000 gold. 35 pills, you can calculate it yourself. Li Hao was too lazy to talk nonsense. Yan Shan and his group were sighing at the powerful effect of the young master's healing medicine. After hearing what Li Hao said, some of them were even ready to dig their throats to get the Xiaohuan-dan out. Yan Shan, young master, this medicine is worth 1,000 gold, you should have told me earlier. I won't die from this injury, I would have saved it and sold it, it would be enough for me to sleep in a brothel every day for a year. Li Hao, let's not beat around the bush. I only have a silver note of 100,000 taels of silver here, let's make a deal, don't let us go our separate ways. Duan Yanqing was also injured by anger. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. My third brother was beheaded, and I had to use silver notes to redeem him. I have lived for decades, and this is the first time I have seen such a shameless person. 100,000 taels. It seems a little too little. But now you are no longer the former Prince Yanqing, and you probably don't have much property. I will be generous and return Yu Lao San to you. Yan Shan, return Yu Lao San to them. Li Hao took the silver note thrown by Duan Yanqing and said generously. Master, we haven't fed the wild wolves we caught yet. Yan Shan said aggrievedly, when I caught them, I said that I caught them to treat them to a big meal, but in the end they didn't get a bite of meat. Isn't this a breach of trust with the wolves? Is it more important to have 100,000 taels of silver notes or to let the wolves eat meat? Think about it carefully. Damn, if you dare to say that it is important for the wolves to eat meat, I will chop you up and feed you to the wolves immediately. Silver notes are important. Yan Shan saw that Li Hao's eyes were not right, and immediately changed his words. The young master is the sky, the young master is the earth, and the young master's orders are greater than the sky and the earth. What does it matter if a few wolves are hungry? It's good enough that I don't kill them for meat. Li Hao, we will meet again in the mountains and rivers, and we will never meet again. Duan Yanqing wanted to say that he would meet again, but when he thought of Li Hao's weirdness, he immediately changed his words to never meet again. He killed his third brother and extorted 100,000 taels of silver from him. He lost a lot of money in this business. If I knew who the employer of this mission was, I would definitely skin him alive. Watching Duan Yanqing leave, Li Hao's heart was relieved. Although he would be fine if he continued to fight with Duan Yanqing, if Duan Yanqing took action against Yilin and the others, he would probably not be able to stop him with his bare hands. If it weren't for the automatic operation of Dozhuan Xing Yi to protect his body, he would probably be disabled if he didn't die. As for Li Hao not using the 6 meridians divine sword, the reason is very simple. Duan Yanqing is a direct descendant of the Dali Duan family and is very familiar with the 6 meridians divine sword. If he knew that Li Hao knew their family's unique skills, he would definitely fight him to the death. He might even notify the Dali Duan dynasty to send experts to hunt him down, which would be very annoying. How are you? Are there any dead? Li Bai turned back to check the injuries of the knights after Duan Yanqing disappeared. Master, everyone is fine. Originally, everyone suffered external injuries and would not die. In addition, the magic medicine Xiao Huan Dan in the hands of the young master to treat internal and external injuries, everyone is now fine. Yan Shan patted his chest. I'm glad you're fine. What's your name? Li Hao looked at the knight who was beaten black and blue by Yu Lao San before, and then stabbed Yu Lao San with a knife and asked. Master, my name is Haizi. As for my surname, I don't know myself. I was raised by Huazi. Haizi whispered. He had no father or mother since he was a child. He learned some kung fu from Huazi and later went up the mountain to become a bandit. He had not been a bandit for long, and he was always worried about running into a hero who was doing justice for the heavens, or a government official who wanted to get promoted and make money. It was only now that he followed Li Hao that he had a few days of comfortable life. Well, you performed very well just now. Although you were scared, your hand holding the knife was very steady and you were able to firmly execute my orders. Since you don't have a surname, you will be called Li Hei in the future. Li Hao said loudly. Thank you, young master, thank you, young master. Li Hei will definitely obey your orders in the future and go through fire and water for the Li family without hesitation. Well, remember what you said and do your job well. I can't take you with me. Li Hao looked at Li Hei, who was so excited that he felt a sense of emotion in his heart. The ancients were so good at fooling people. According to the plot in the TV, they were given a surname and they were so happy that they forgot who they were, but Li Hao didn't know that his sentence of giving a surname just now made Yan Shan and others envious. If the surname Li is granted, Haizi will be a member of the Li family in the future, and his status is several levels higher than that of people with other surnames like himself. Everyone fought very reliably this time, and I am very pleased. I have removed all the restrictions on you. If anyone wants to leave, I will not force them to stay. Li Hao looked up at the sky and said. Yan Shun swears to follow the young master until death, and will go through fire and water for the Li family. If he swears for this, the sky will strike with 5 thunders. Subordinate Zhang San. Subordinate Zhao Lu. Subordinate Wang Wu Ma Zi. Master, can we really leave? Just when everyone swore allegiance to Li Hao, 2 different voices sounded. Yes, I will not keep those who want to leave. Leave the armor and weapons of the Li family, and you too can go. Li Hao's eyes turned cold, and there were indeed people in the team who were not of the same mind. Thank you, Master, we brothers will say goodbye. The eldest brother who led the team was overjoyed, and it was more fun to follow Li Hao than the 2 brothers to work alone. With brothers, the 2 brothers have the middle stage of acquired cultivation, plus the twins' unique telepathy, and their joint efforts against the enemy are even more powerful. This time, they will not rob people, but bully young girls and wives instead. They will definitely not be able to beat them. The 2 brothers quickly took off their armor and swords and walked out. Shwa shwa 2 sword lights flashed, and the 2 brothers who were originally happy fell to the ground with their necks covered. What are you 2 doing? I told them to leave, why did you kill them? Li Hao said heartbrokenly, aren't you putting me in an unjust position by doing this? Those who betrayed the young master should die. Yan Shun and Li Hei said at the same time. After speaking, they also looked at the remaining knights. Don't do this next time. Even if you don't kill them, they won't survive today. Li Hao said coldly. Li Hao's words made the remaining knights sweat on their backs, and they secretly swore that even if Li Hao begged them to leave the Li family in the future, they would not leave. Life is precious. It's useless to have freedom without life. Everyone is injured. We won't leave today. Let's set up camp by the official road. Li Hao then ordered. Sister Shireen, what do you think of our husband? Ning Zhongzi said with a smile, looking at Lin Shireen. He is your husband, not Shireen's husband. Madam, you are asking this question. Shireen's husband is Long Xiaoyun. Lin Shireen blushed and her hands were inadvertently protected in front of her chest. As for Long Xiaoyun, Chu Feifei had already coaxed him away with toys. Really? My husband is a very domineering person. He will not let go of any woman he likes. Ning Zhongzi remembered the night in the guest room of Hengshan sect. Ning Zhongzi's words made Lin Shireen very embarrassed. What does it mean to not let go? He has already taken advantage of her. As for the reason for protecting my chest, it was because after waking up at the bottom of the pit, I couldn't find the belly belt I was wearing, and now it was still empty. I was swaying when I walked, which was very uncomfortable. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sir, the one Li Hao used to repel Duan Yanqing just now seems to be Dozhuan Xingyi. His surname is Li. Could he be concubine Li? On the top of a hill not far from Li Hao and the others, there stood 2 masked people. As for their appearance and age, they were unknown. Go and investigate. If he is really the child of my lost brother, then he must be allowed to return to the Murong family. Fu Er is too gentlemanly to take up the important task of restoring the country. This kid is bold, careful, and shameless. He is much more reliable than Fu Er. Moreover, he has so many women, which is of great help to my Murong family in expanding and continuing the incense. The masked man in the lead said. But the young master is your relative. The attendant was a little entangled in his words. Compared to the great cause of restoring the country, a biological son is nothing. I will support whoever is capable in the Murong family. The 2 chatted on the top of the hill, without any doubt that Li Hao was not from the Murong family. Dozhuan Xingyi is a unique skill of the Murong family. It emphasizes giving back what one has given back. It is considered a supreme state of using one's own strength to defeat another. Dozhuan Xingyi is very magical. No one can practice it except the blood of the Murong family, and it must be the blood of a man in the Murong family. Simply put, this skill is self-insured. Outsiders cannot practice it. It is passed down by the family members, not by men. It's a pity that they don't know that there is something called a system in this world. Everyone come here. I have something to announce. After everyone set up the camping site, Li Hao called everyone over. Master, what do you want? Yan Shun asked in a low voice. He is particularly envious of Li Hei now, because he also wants to have the surname Li. Do you all have your own internal skills to practice? Li Hao asked curiously. We all have them, but the level of the skills is not high. I guess I can't break through the innate in this life. Yan Shun said depressedly, these people have no qualifications, no resources, no backers, no adventures, and they have worked hard to get to this point by themselves, which is already very good. Well, since you all have your own mental methods, I won't ask too much. There are many problems in changing the skills, and the important thing is that I don't have it either, but I can still improve your cultivation. As soon as Li Hao's voice fell, it instantly caused a sensation among the crowd. Since ancient times, there has been no first in literature and no second in martial arts. Who in the martial arts world doesn't want to become a master of the generation and be famous for thousands of years? However, Li Hao's words made Yi Lin, Ning Zhongzi and Lin Shirin look pale and powerless. They all knew that Li Hao could improve people's cultivation, and they had tried it. The cultivation of the three of them was improved a lot, but this way of improving strength was too private and difficult to talk about. But now Li Hao suddenly announced to others that he could improve people's strength, and the other party was more than 30 men. This scene. Thinking of this, Ning Zhongzi couldn't help but run to the side and vomited. Lin Shirin followed and vomited a lot. The two looked at each other and felt a strange taste in their mouths. What's wrong with you two? Li Hao was puzzled when he saw the two of them lying together and vomiting non-stop. Sister Ning's vomiting could also be due to pregnancy. After all, the two have been together for so long and have never stopped exercising. As for Lin Shirin, damn, I'm not really going to be a father. Could it be that he is pregnant with Long Xiaoyun's child? Don't worry about me, ugh. Ning Zhongzi and Lin Shirin answered in unison. Master, please tell me how to improve your strength. Yan Shun asked impatiently. If someone else said this, Yan Shun would never believe it, but when it came from Li Hao's mouth, Yan Shun believed it without a doubt. Ugh. Hearing Yan Shun's question, Yi Lin finally reacted and joined the ranks of vomiting. It seems that her cherry mouth has also experienced something. Here is a basin of Bosi snake gall, which is a magical medicine that can improve internal strength. This thing is hard to come by, you must cherish it. A wooden basin suddenly appeared in Li Bai's hand, filled with snake gall the size of soybeans. The snake gall is very fresh, and it is full of blood when you smell it. Master, how do you eat this thing? Yan Shun asked, covering his nose. Snake gall, you know it will improve your eyesight after eating it, and it sounds a bit shaky to improve internal strength. Why, don't you believe me? This thing is worth a lot of money. Taking the first one can increase your internal strength by 10 years, the second one will reduce it by half, 5 years. The third one will continue to reduce it by half, and so on. Do you understand? Li Bai said, pinching a snake gall to his mouth. After thinking for a while, he put the snake gall in the wooden basin again. This thing is precious, and it would be a waste if he ate it himself. System, you are just timid and dare not eat it. Why, everyone dare not eat it? Li Hao said, looking at the trembling knights. I'll do it, I believe the master. Li Hei strode out, pinched a snake gall and put it in his mouth. Boom! As soon as the snake gall entered his mouth, it turned into a few drops of green liquid and quickly entered his stomach. It's so bitter, Li Hei said with his tongue sticking out. However, just as he finished speaking, he felt a huge force coming out of his abdomen. Li Hei hurriedly operated his internal skills to absorb and refine the sudden surge of power. Li Hei is a good kid. He actually practiced the authentic Taoist skills. It's very good. It seems that Huazi, who took him in when he was a child, is also a person with a story. Master, I broke through. I entered the late stage of the acquired period. After a moment, Li Hao jumped up, and after performing a set of boxing on the spot, he immediately shouted excitedly. Now you believe in your master, right? How about it, I didn't lie to you. Seeing Yan Shun and others who hurried over to grab the snake gall, Li Hao said proudly. So what you said about improving strength is to take natural treasures. Seeing the knight sitting in meditation to absorb the snake gall immediately after taking it, Ning Zhongzi and the other two were in tears. The three of them vomited a lot and even vomited bile, but they found that they had expressed their feelings wrongly. What Li Hao said was completely different from what they thought. What's wrong with you? Are you sick? You have such a good relationship, and you get sick together. Do you want me to take your pulse? I am a master of medicine. Li Hao said with a smile, don't mention it, the system really rewarded him with a master-level medical skill before, but he was too lazy to use it. What about our sisters? Ning Zhongzi stretched out her palm and put it in front of Li Hao. What's yours? Li Hao asked. Bosi Snake Gall, we also need to improve our strength. Ning Zhongzi looked as if it was a matter of course. Anyway, Li Hao's things belonged to them. This thing can improve internal strength, but the improvement is limited, and it doesn't taste good. We can try another method, which is not only safe and fast, but most importantly, it makes everyone happy. Li Hao looked at the three people and said obscenely.